Can you get rich at 20? I started in the real estate investment business in my early 20s. I was a high school teacher and I started buying properties. How do you do that? Well, you work hard, you study the area, you get the down payment, you get the financing, you got a good credit. That's how you do it. That's what you do at 20. Now, did most people? No. I mean, there were very few people in their early 20s who were buying investment real estate. So if you talk to people about it, they're probably going to say, no, you can't do that. Stick with your blah, 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 blah. You know, they're going to tell you every reason not to buy investment real estate. So that's why it's hard when you're in your early 20s, because no one else is doing it. None of your contemporaries are doing this. And if you ask somebody else, they're probably not going to tell you to do it because they haven't done it. So it's tough when you're young, okay? But if you happen to have a lucky streak like me, I read a book. I mean, there was a book in the library, How to Make $1 Million in Real Estate. I said, wow, this is great. I did that, and then I started and I bought a 3-family house and lived in the house and et cetera, et cetera. Now, why is it easier at 40, 50, 60? Because hopefully you're smart enough and you've learned enough and you've seen enough to know the value of investment real estate. You know what's happened to prices over the last 40, 30, 20, over the last 10 years. You've seen this and you say, yeah, I want in on this. So what does that mean? Well, if you own 2 or 3 investment properties, and I'm saying this can be, you know, a couple of investment condos, you're going to be way, way far ahead of most of the people your age. So if you're 40, you can do this. If you're 60, you do this. If you're 70, you do this. I'm 80 years old. If I saw a good deal, boy, I'd be jumping on it. What do you have to do? You have to deal in a small, specific investment area. I say 25,000, become an absolute expert in 4 to 6 months of studying, and you know, now you got AI and it's so easy, and going to open houses and talking to realtors, talk to other, you can become an absolute expert, probably the expert on values in a small specific investment area. You know just what things are worth, so you can make offers accordingly. But I'm telling you that it's tough to make a mistake because inflation is pushing up all prices. I mean, even if you didn't get the best deal in the world, probably 5 or 10 years down the line, you're going to be, you know, you're going to have some good equity and the property is going to increase in value and you're going to be wealthy. You're going to be on the path to wealth. I'm not saying you're wealthy if you own 2 investment condos, but, you know, maybe you own 4 of them or 6 of them, or you own a 3-family house, or, you know, there's a lot of ways to get into the real estate business. So, you know, you become an expert on values, figure out what you need for a down payment, then you're going to figure out how am I going to get that money for that down payment. Now, if you have a really good job and, you know, say, well, you know, I can dip into my 401k, or, you know, I mean, I have the money in the bank and I can start buying these properties immediately. You should do that based on your knowledge, okay? I mean, if you don't have that and you have to work 50 hours. I mean, all of this is worth it because not only are you doing it for you, but this is generational wealth. I mean, when do people stop paying rent? They don't stop paying rent. So it just keeps going on and on. So you could have these properties, collecting the rents, pass them on to your kids. They can have the thing, pass them on to your grandchildren, whatever. I mean, I talk about the property that I used to manage. It was a 4-family house, 160 years old. For 160 years, people have been paying rent every month, January, February, every year for 160 years. And this is a solid property. I mean, as far as I know, it'll be there in another 160 years. I mean, real estate lasts a long time. I mean, if you take care of it, you take care of your tenants, you know, it's not that tough. So the best way to get rich, more millionaires have become so through owning real estate than any other way. So, I mean, you know, real estate, you know, can you do crypto? Can you do, you know, if you're in the stock market, you're relying on somebody else doing the work, okay? I mean, if you're crypto, the fuck knows what that what that even is. You're going to ask finance, what's crypto? You know, and They talk around in a circle. They don't even know. What do you know? Real estate. What do you want to know? What did something cost 30 years ago? What does it cost today? And you say, geez, I wish I had bought it 30 years ago. Okay, I'm telling you, people in 30 years from now have been saying, I wish I had bought properties back 30 years ago. Of course they are. So this is a generational opportunity for you to become wealthy, and you got to do whatever it is you got to do in order to get the down payment, to have the, to have a decent credit score, 650, 670, over 700. You ask the bank, what do I need? What do I need for a down payment? What do I need for a credit score? And then it's, it's basically going to be easy to do. If you have a couple of condos, you have 3 or 4 condos, then you can start using the equity in that, and, as your down payment, and you can just build and build and build on top of this. So I hope this was helpful. I have probably, I got 1,000 videos, so a couple of hundred of them are probably on real estate. I got the Master Real Estate course on success.org. You can check. So there's a lot of free resources that I'm already providing. This is like the trailer, just to say, come on, get with the program. So this is the Bill Fitzpatrick Network. I'm the old man himself, Bill Fitzpatrick. I hope this was helpful. If it was, subscribe, and and let's keep talking about these topics, because I talk about real estate, I talk about careers, I talk about self-defense, and I talk about personal development. So there's going to be some stuff here that's of interest to you, so please subscribe.